welcome. Today I want to talk about making yourself into a pillar, a strong pillar. I talked about this in one of my classes last week and they're like, oh, make a video of it. I was like, I don't know how to condense it. And anyway, so this is me trying to do that. So let's see if it will work. So this video, works really well if you have seen my video about mission statements. I'll link that up above. So first, I kind of want to explain what a pillar is and what having pressure on that pillar, what that looks like. All right, so being a strong pillar, it means that your life is built around values and principles that get you through tough times. And pressure, that's life. That's a simple way to put it. But like adult life, I guess, is a better way to put it. Because my young people out there, you have the pressure that's looming, all right? So whenever I talk about pressure, I'm going to be referring to marriage, family, career, mortgage, insurance, hospital stays, yard work, just kind of everything, all right? Because my young people, you may have like difficult times, you got to get good grades, you got to get in whatever school, student loans, whatever. But you also have backup plans, sometimes you have your mom and dad or adults in your life that can kind of, hold up the pressure as it's looming, as it's not quite close, all right? But that real life, kids, family, again, mortgage, insurance, everything, that's the pressure that I'm talking about in this video, okay? So now, why do we want to become a strong, singular pillar? Because if we grow a strong base into a person or into a skill or a thing, it doesn't make us strong, because what happens if that person or that thing starts to falter? It weighs us down as well. So not only do we have the pressure of life on top of us weighing us down, we have somebody else's weight, okay? However, if you become in a committed relationship and you're both pillars, you can hold the weight together, all right? And so when someone falters, you're like, oh, I got this. Build up. Okay, now we both got it. Oh, wait, I'm struggling. Can you hold the weight while I'm struggling and working, okay? So the goal is to become a pillar, a strong pillar, so you can hold the weight of life, especially with a partner, hopefully later in life. Now, if you grow yourself into some sort of like skill that you identify with, like if I were to build a base around being a dancer, okay, what happens when my body fails? Because it is failing right now. I have to get hip surgery soon. Yeah, hip surgery. And, I'm not going to be able to dance for months and months. All right. Now, if my base, my identity, my values was tied up around dance, I would falter. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Okay. But because I have a pillar that's around strong values and principles like working hard, respect, trying new things, learning, a thirst for knowledge, I am, sad that I have to go through this and it sucks, but I'm also a little bit excited to see what possibilities can pop up when I'm not actually able to dance. See where my creativity comes, okay? So again, my base, myself is not built into what I can do or to any one person, all right? Because that's not a strong pillar that's going to get me through tough times when things start to crumble. Now, the reason why I kind of had this talk about pillars to my class is because I have a lot of former students who are not building strong pillars, and I'm worried about them. And so I'm worried about this next class graduating and just where they're going to go, okay? So other students, other kids that I know, they are either building their pillars in towards people or things. And, you know, it's not the strong base they need to hold up the pressure that's coming. All right. Even though they kind of think that's how they should be, you know, that's how couples should be, right? That's what we learn from movies. All right. No, because we change, we evolve, and, you know, things get scary. And once in a while, we have to kind of we crumble when we go through struggles, all right? And we don't want to weigh another person down, all right? So I'm worried about those people who decided to do that. I'm also worried about the kids out there who are ignoring the looming pressure, all right? They turned 18 and they're like, woo, I'm free and I get to do whatever I want. So they're not even building a base at all. Like they're doing stupid things, drugs, alcohol, sex before marriage, things that are not building any sort of base whatsoever with this looming cloud over them, okay? Now, if this pressure hits and they don't have a base, it's gonna crush them and they're gonna feel helpless and lost and out of control, all right? So, yes, have fun, but don't be dumb, right? Drugs, alcohol, if you are doing things that you can't actually make a decision because you're on those things, yeah, don't do that. And if you can't have fun without those things, you need to reevaluate what fun is, all right? And the whole sex before marriage, this isn't a religious thing, all right? What that does is every month, the woman and any respectable man goes, oh crap, did it work? Did it work? Because if it didn't work, all of a sudden, pressure's there, all right? You now have an instant family, all right? Or do I have an STD this month? Well, pressure, okay? So I don't care about your religious beliefs at all. Sex before marriage, you're just getting inching closer and closer to that pressure that you are not prepared for. You do not have a strong enough base to hold yet. All right, so now the question is, where can I build this strong base you're speaking of, Lindsey? I don't know where to go. I'm lost. How do I, you know, find the values and principles that I really, you know, like, that I think are what I want to pursue, who I want to be. All right, so first go, again, watch that video about a mission statement, all right? For me, it's like my life is built around respect, new skills, positive energy, okay? So those values, those principles, they actually enhance my relationship with my husband. They enhance my relationship with my children. They enhance my career. They enhance every sort of like part of my life, all right? It strengthens everything, okay? But if I were to build a base around a person, then that person is going to control other relationships, going to control my career, whatever. If I build my base around a career, that's going to affect this relationship, and this part of my life, all right? So that's why we want a strong base in values, in principles, okay? So we can have a balanced life, and so we can be strong when the pressure hits. Okay, again, so how do I learn? Where do I learn this? What are the opportunities that I can learn these to build that strong base, all right? Now, my number one way to do this, okay, I'm sorry if you're not religious, but missions are the best way to build a base because there is no real life pressure, okay? It's stressful, it's hard, it's difficult, it's gonna be the hardest 2 years of your life, okay? But the real life pressure is like not looming, okay? But it is an opportunity for you to serve others, to attach yourself to another culture, to learn about new things. Well, then you learn about, okay, what kind of a person am I when times are hard? What kind of base am I going to build when I am unsure of myself, when I'm scared, you know, like things like that. That's what you learn. And it is like the best opportunity ever. So if you are religious, think about it, all right? Now, this doesn't mean that everybody who's been on a mission comes back with a perfect base, you know? Because sometimes people go on missions for the wrong reasons and actually don't learn anything, all right? So you need to find purpose, all right? That's like the golden zone. Minimal pressure, lots and lots of purpose. Okay? So if you're not someone who wants to go on a mission or whatever, school can be a good way to have purpose with low pressure if you view it as such. Okay? Some people, they go into school with too much pressure and say, I need to figure out my career this minute. All right? Too much pressure, guys. All right? You're going to change your mind a lot, and you should. All right? You don't need to figure everything out right now. So if you go into college with a open mind, with a purpose of, I'm just going to try to figure things out. I'm going to do what interests me now and see where life takes me. All right. That's how you can build a good base, a strong base for you. All right. Because even though you may need a job and it will be stressful, the real life pressure hasn't hit yet. Okay. Another good way to find this base is to shadow some jobs or do some internship. My husband, he went all through college and was one class away from applying to pharmacy school and decided to take an internship being a pharmacy tech and realized he absolutely hated it. Okay, so even though he was one class away, he was like, I can't do this. Changed degrees, all right? But he had a strong base. He knew life wasn't going to end because those classes weren't really a waste. It got him to where he was, to find things out, and that's important. All right, so internship, shadow people. People are so concerned about picking that career right now, and this is not that opportunity. This is not that time for you guys. All right, you're too young to know. All right, just follow your interests now. Don't sit at home and play video games all day. Don't be, a lazy bud. Okay, find some purpose now with the low pressure. Now, if school doesn't sound right for you, an internship, you're like, I still don't know what to do, whatever, just find a flexible job that you then can try different things, all right? Have a flexible job so that when you're not working, you then can go, oh, this kind of interests me. I'm going to go learn about it. I'm going to go try it out, all right? It's all about experimenting with purpose so that your parents don't want to hurt you if, you're just sitting at home playing video games. So for me, I went to college. Like, that was my zone to build a base. Because I honestly wasn't sure what I wanted to do, even though I really love theater. So I just, took classes and I just kind of let life take me. So I was in school, and I had a friend pass away, and it kind of crumbled my base. I lost who I was. Like, I just lost my base. And what happened to me in college with this low pressure situation is that I leaned into my roommates, okay? They were here, they were chilling, and I crumbled in my values and my principles. I didn't know what they were, and I leaned into them like this, okay? And eventually they went, whoa, you have been leaning on us for way too long and you're getting heavy. And I lost them as friends and I crumbled to the ground. I just was lost. And in that time of grief and regret and, I was mad too. I didn't realize that I needed to build this base. So I just kind of floated through life. I actually started dating a kid that wanted to form this base together and was just like, come here. And I was like, well, whatever. I was grieving. I didn't really care. And so he started to do this with me. It took some, time and realization that I was like, I actually don't really like his base and I don't want to do that. So I got rid of it. And then I kind of started to make a base with theater. I did show after show after show after show after show and thought theater was life. Okay. And that's not healthy. All right. Because theater, that's not going to be there all the time. All right. It can't actually support me. And so I wasn't building a strong base. I had a friend who kind of slapped me in the face and kind of got me on the right track and was like, you know what? You can be mad at God all you want, but how does it serve you? You know, it's not going to actually help you. And so I got my act together and I realized, who am I? Who do I want to be? Okay, what kind of person do I want to be? Because what's happening right now, that's not me. I don't want to live in regret and guilt and anger. That's totally not me. Okay, who is me? I'm positive energy, man. I'm awesome. All right, so I started building my base, getting that strong core. And then what happens? I meet my future husband. Okay, he has this really strong base. He's switched his degree once already, right? And then, because I was young and dumb, I was like, oh, I met the guy of my dreams. And I started going like this. I quit school and I got a 9-to-5 job. That was not me, okay? And I was like, yeah, this is what a girl should do. I'm gonna support you. And he's like, whoa, moving too fast, dude. Let's date other people. And that like woke me up. And I was like, dude, what am I doing? I quit school? That was the dumbest move. Now, where I was and what I was doing, I was wasting a lot of money on those certain classes. And so I'm glad that I dropped, but then I got right back in. Different, university, it's fine. And I got my butt back in school because learning, a thirst for knowledge, that is me, and I started building that base again. And then he was like, where you been? I was like, dude, you broke up with me. He's like, no, I didn't. Anyway, long story. Anyway, so we built strong bases so that when we got married, the weight, we were able to hold the weight together, okay? Because we can't do this, because when it gets heavy, okay, that's not actually strong. All right, then when we're married, he decided, business, all that stuff, I don't like that either. How am I going to tell my wife that I want to become a teacher? A poor teacher, okay? Me, because I have a strong base in financials and stuff like that, I'm frugal, I'm tough, I don't need, all this money because I have a strong base in values and principles that are better, okay? So I was like, dude, go for it. I got it. I got you. And so, he then switched gears and, we're doing great. Now, I'm not saying that when you have two people with strong bases that your marriage is perfect the whole time. Our first year of marriage was really super hard. I sucked at communicating. He hated change, It was hard, but because we had strong bases, we made it through. The weight was bearable, okay? And then 5 and 6 years down the road, we became, glorified roommates. We didn't focus on each other. We didn't notice, oh, hey, are you feeling too much weight here? Are you feeling too much weight? We just kind of focused, on our own weight instead of, communicating to each other. But when we realized, hey, we need to reinforce our bases throughout our whole lives, making each other stronger. We need to focus on each other, help each other when things are getting a little too heavy. Since that time, we've had a really strong marriage. Sucky stuff still happened, right? But we were strong and could hold the weight. Life is heavy, guys. Life is way heavy. And if you have a weak base, you can reinforce it. You can get stronger. You can get better. But it takes longer and way more effort. Okay? So I'm not saying it's impossible. All right? You can do it. But if you are in a zone where the pressure's not there yet, take advantage of the time. Take advantage of your opportunities to build that really strong base. And that was a life lesson with Lindsey. This was a long one, and I apologize, but not apologize. It was on my mind last week, so that's what I like to talk about. Again, build your base with low pressure, but strong purpose, strong goals, strong desires, want something. Good luck. Peace out.